Hey guys, welcome to Etsy Shop Reviews episode 76. Today we're looking at a niche shop that specializes in selling digital prints that mimic old style art. So very specific niche, and I'm actually excited to see how many sales are they making in this niche as a whole that inspired this seller, this viewer of the channel, to start an entire shop dedicated to it. It must have been pretty good. Something must have been enticing about it. So let's check out their current sales, what they're doing well, what they can improve upon, all that stuff. All right, here's the shop. It is SS Prints and Gifts, digital print art gallery collective from Brooklyn, New York. They have 27 sales so far. It looks like they've, using their announcement space to say 50% off every listing, 60% off if you get 3 or more listings. So that looks really professional. It's a nice use of your announcement space and a nice little banner up there at the top as well. Looks very professional. So here are your featured items. Let's check this out. Looks like your price point ranges from $2.50 all the way up to $6.88. That's interesting. No, okay, so I was gonna see if there was options, but it looks like this is just $6.88. What is this? So Moody Country Landscape Gallery Print, set of 7. Okay, so in this case you're getting 7 different images. And I wonder how you're doing this. Is this your original art? It's kind of sad, but my mind immediately just assumed you were using AI maybe to generate this artwork. Otherwise, I guess maybe it could be painted and then scanned? How do you scan it in though to create the digital equivalent? And I'm sure it can be done, but to keep the quality so that there's no real loss of quality, right? I don't know. It's a weird time to be alive, right? Because it almost makes more sense for it to just come from AI, get the maximum resolution, maximum quality, and translate that into, if someone wants to actually print it, into a print, instead of having it done in real life, digitizing it, and then somebody buys the digital version and then prints it. It just seems, I don't know, a little bit all over the place. But either way, let's check this out though. So in your shop, you have 319 listings right now. I think some of these listings could probably be improved upon, mainly the ones over my shoulder here. It just seems you have all this space, you have all of that space in gray, and you're currently using maybe 40% of it. And I don't see a reason not to use more, right? Even if you're just using the crop feature, which if you guys didn't know, hopefully everybody watching this knows this if you've ever launched a product listing on Etsy, but that first product image, your primary one, typically referred to as your primary mockup, you have a crop feature built into Etsy that you can actually utilize to zoom in so that when someone sees your products in search results next to your competition, you pop. And you can do other things as well. You can put little flyouts that say digital print or digital art, whatever makes sense. Oil painting. I don't know. You know the niche obviously better than I do. But that's just one thing I think that would make a big difference. Even just looking over my shoulder, I think these listings that are created with the horizontal mockups look a lot better than these vertical ones that are just so small by comparison. I know that doesn't necessarily have to translate into anything in real life, even though these are digital files. It's just merely how you framed them in that primary mockup. I think that can have a lot to do with the success or failure of a product on Etsy. And we know it's cutthroat in the digital download space, whether or not these originated as hand painted by a human or if it's just AI just coming up with it, whatever. It's still a competitive space because we know we can do this with AI. One thing I would also mention is in terms of what niches you enter, I thought of coming over here to Insight Factory, and you could say something like oil painting, maybe landscape, because it looks like you had a lot of landscapes, right? Vintage landscapes, still life, seascapes, sketches. So why don't we just say landscape, oil painting, or maybe even vintage landscape, oil painting. And you can search here in the niches tool, all right? In the best-selling niches tool. And then what you can actually do here, maybe we got too specific, but you can actually switch this to digital products. And okay, maybe we got a little bit too specific here. We could do something like landscape oil painting. Let's see if that helps. And then we've got a couple different results. I'm guessing that one of these shops probably inspired you to actually start your shop, because check this out. And I didn't pre-plan this, but just from Insight Factory, if I pre-planned it, I would have had better search terms to put in the first place. But Insight Factory right away is giving us a sales signal, because this software is tracking the competition, how many favorites they're getting, how many sales they're making, all these extremely important metrics, right? The way we validate a niche before we go and like enter that niche by creating the art, creating the mockups, creating the listing, all things that take time and, a little bit of money, 20 cents per listing, right? So we have a great sales signal this week on the one on the left-hand side. It looks like it made 34 listings on the first. Okay, so on the first page of these keywords, 34 listings had a sale today, and competition, including ads on Etsy US, 2,400, which may sound like a lot, but 2,400 is really not that much, especially in the digital space. Of course, this is scoped to the keywords we see associated with that listing. So we typed in landscape oil painting. It led us to the printable wildflower field landscape oil painting. Okay, so that's what it's referring to in that case. The one next to it also has a good sales signal this week. 14 listings on the first page had a sale today. Competition about 3,300, and then you can go ahead and click details and actually get a more detailed view into this opportunity. But again, notice it altered the keywords for us, and now we're looking at a related niche to what we initially searched. We initially typed in landscape oil painting. That was very broad, intentionally broad, and that led us to wildflower field landscape oil painting. By the way, we can also do it for the first one, printable wildflower field landscape oil painting. So both very similar. One thing I like about doing this, guys, is that number one, you can actually sort by 7-day sales and see the products with the strongest signal. Of course, you might have to scroll past some ones that are still indexed on those search terms but aren't exactly what you are looking to sell. So that's why it's nice to have the thumbnail there in the left column. And then what you can do here is, number one, actually open up these listings, spy on them a little bit, spy on their title, spy on how they're framing their mockups, which it looked like you've already done a little bit of this because, you've got your, it's very similar, I would say. Similar enough that I think you've already kind of studied your competition, which nothing wrong with doing that, guys. I would advise people to do that. Check out some of their mockups for ideas, okay? In addition to that too, why not take a hint from their price point? Are they running a sale? Things like that. Beyond that, you can grab their tags and in one click, you can copy them from Insight Factory. All right. And then if you want in-depth metrics, you can actually click and view in-depth information into their listing, including, this is probably the most powerful thing that Insight Factory provides, in-depth long tail keywords. Okay. And not every listing that you're going to find has this many keywords. This is actually the most I've ever seen by a pretty wide margin. That's insane. Okay. But if you needed ideas to sprinkle into your product listings in this niche, whether it's the title, the tags, the description, or if you're going to sell the same product on a place like Amazon where you can launch an ad campaign and utilize all these keywords because you can actually provide all your search terms on Amazon, this is extremely valuable. You also get more stats like how many sales in the last 137 days. It looks like it's this one listing made 3,500 sales in the last 137 days, which is insane, guys. So I'm loving Insight Factory for a lot of reasons. I just wanted to make sure I, let you know that when you're in this digital space, especially if you're using AI to create, which I couldn't find any, I couldn't find if you actually admitted that you were. I'm doing a control search for AI. I don't see it for sure. But if you are doing that and you have the ability to pivot into new niches really quickly and easily, like that's a really valuable resource to be able to go spy on the best sellers on Etsy using a tool like Insight Factory. So of course I'm going to link to Insight Factory in the description for you. But this is really cool. I mean, the quality of your designs, your work is really high. And as far as I can tell without having purchased from you, it does in fact look like the quality is maintained whether this is a scan or not. There's even some reason to think that maybe this could be a scan. There's creases showing. I don't know. I'm confused. You gotta let me know in the comments. If you're watching, let me know, all right? I want to know if this is how you did this. So you've got a little indicator here, a good use of your last image space on your listings. Digital download. Okay, so you're letting people know, hey, this is a digital download. You're not gonna get anything in the mail. All right. It's not going to ask you for your, well, actually Etsy does ask you for your shipping address, even if you buy a digital download for some reason. So anyways, yeah, I mean, what more is there to say? I mean, when you're doing digital files, guys, it is tough to get traction, but as I'm sure we've seen, like we saw over here with this listing, this one right here, like if you have a single listing that catches fire, like that, not catches fire, like in, you know, a piece of artwork, but that really starts taking off and gets that bestseller tag, you can make quite a bit of money. Like they said that this made how many sales, right? Can we just check one last time before we wrap this video up? It said 3,500, didn't it? Yeah. So 3,500 times 3.4. That's, you know, $12,000 in revenue in, you know, a little bit like what, like 4 months, basically 4 months. That's incredible. You know, even if you're running ads, like that's still incredible, and it's digital files you're selling. So there's almost no headache. I mean, you're probably gonna have some customer service. I think that just comes with the territory. Besides that, yeah, digital files, man. I mean, this is one of those things on Etsy that we might look back in a few years and be like, damn, like I should have done more. You know what I mean? So let me know your thoughts though, on this niche on selling digital files on Etsy. How are you guys doing? Have you tried it? I mean, if you want to share your niche, how's your niche doing? You know what I mean? Have you tried the vintage art, oil painting, digital files on Etsy? Guys, thank you for watching. Check out Insight Factory. I'm loving it for Etsy. I'll link to that at the top of the description. I'll also drop a link to the shop that we just reviewed in the description as well, in case you want to check it out. Also, a link to my full print on demand course down there as well, in case you want to check that out. It is a great value. It covers exactly how I've made 6-figure print on demand profits since 2019 from print on demand. I did that while working 2 jobs. So if I can do it, I know you can, and you get everything in that course. Linear tutorials, step-by-step, to go from beginner to intermediate to expert. So hope you check that out as well. Guys, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow with a new top 5 niches of the week video.